All right. I am here now. I have arrived. Hi. Hopefully we're all good. Hopefully everybody's been enjoying their pre-release. I am doing some sorting today. I figured I'd hang out with my chat, hang out with my community, chit-chat a little bit about some stuff. Do the thing. First though, need to get cards. Alright, so what I've been doing as of recently, I've been sorting my Rosetta Bowl. And it is getting points. Where Rosetta Bulk is pretty intense, which sucks. I have so much Rosetta Bulk. So, luckily, I can make a lot of decks out of this, but I do need to make sure that I am being due diligent in the things that I am doing. Luckily, a lot of this seems to be like fairly organized. Also notably, I'm going to be getting at least this is my understanding of it. I'm due to be getting a bulk donation of like 6,000 to 10,000 cards within like the next couple of days here. And so what I want to do is I want to get these decks built and inside zip things inside the team bags. That way I can add those things to my collection without me needing to get crazy with it effectively. I feel like that all of this seems to already be in a order of some kind. So let's see. Yeah, so all we're doing tonight is we're just vibing, we're hanging out, and you're gonna hang out with me while I do some sorting. We chit chat, talk a little bit, have a good time. I'm excited to see what new bulk comes my way, though. That's gonna be a fun time, I think. Hope it's a fun time. This already is like the easier part of sorting. We're already in the section I want to be in, which is good. I had thought about how I was going to organize my collection again, though. Or not my collection, but my bulk more specifically. And I think it probably behooves me to organize it by class and not by set. But I would like to start selling these again. So having them sorted by set is more important, unfortunately for me. So I don't know that I should be doing it by class. Doing it by set is still how I'm supposed to be doing it. I just don't like to get it all sorted by set and then by class and then so on and so forth. And then I can continue on and actually start selling some of this bulk. I am curious how much of it I can sell to, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's a little bit of money that comes in. Certainly not like, oh, we're already stacked up on those things. That sucks. You know, it's not going to be like life-changing amounts of money by selling all this bulk, but more notably, it is going to be me getting some kind of profit off the bulk. Locals who are local to Colorado, I'll probably just give, well, at least local to my specific area in Denver. They'll probably just get their bulk from me for free. Just because I'm going to see them in person. You know, if they want to throw a pack my way, depending on the cards that they're getting, that would be great. But not necessary, you know. Luckily, we're in a good spot there. So, okay. Let's see. These are all this. All right, awesome. This was actually a super easy row to organize. Happy about that. Happy about that. I was able to secure some pretty cool stuff in Super Slam, though, today. I did get a pretty neat new addition to my Draw My deck. That card being a cold foil Warmonger's Diplomacy. So, pretty excited about that. Pretty excited I was able to pull that. So I got a cold foil Warmonger's Diplomacy. And then I got some like Reckless Stampedes. I trade for some other brute stuff. But pretty much it was just I'd say pretty much it was just like an okay pre-release kit. And my box was significantly more juiced, I would say. But overall, it was a good opening experience for sure. I liked that. I was like, wait a minute. That's what I thought this was. These are Rosetta. This is definitely not. I'm losing my mind over here. Okay. This. I love going through all my bulk and finding all the cards that are not part of the set that I thought they were going to be in. What the hell? What the hell is that? Oh, also, I've got tea, which I'm going to. It's done steeping now that it's been 15 minutes. Okay, some tea. Cheers, everybody. Damn, that's good matcha. Okay, I'll take that. Not oftentimes you get good bagged tea matcha, so can't really complain. All right, there's this. So now what we need to do is I need to get them into their sections over there, and then I need to move everything over a little bit. So give me 1 sec. I'm going to get the Earth cards that will take a look. First card. Okay. These. Let's get this out here. Let's organize these as we should. Oh gosh. So if anybody is here hanging out with me, did you go to a pre-release at all this week? I know it's only been a couple of days since the pre-releases have begun. All right, there's that, this. I want to say, now that over. Chill out. Chill out. First life. And move these. No, I shouldn't have done that one hand. Oh no. Too much. There's that much. There's a lot more earth needs to get moved over. Gotta be a better strategy for this. Now, maybe there is. Okay. That's here. Do not have a Oh. That makes a bit more sense. Now, notably, all of this earth. Okay. Now that we have our stuff, here we go. Not even gonna be all of it, it's just most of it. Most of the earth stuff. Rosetta, I got a lot of Rosetta bulk. So many different. Jesus Christ. Hold down. Got so much Rosetta bulk from so many different people. And now that I am the bulky guy, I need to make sure that people get their bulk. I'm happy I get to do this, though. I mean, you know, it is rewarding in its own way. Definitely not, like, monetarily yet, but it is rewarding to be able to have the trust of your community. And to provide them with cards they might need if they want to play in certain stuff, all that jazz. So I think it's nice. I think it's very nice. Notably, I realize my die. Better. Okay. Sorry I was like off camera for so long. I was making sure all my stuff was organized here. All right. Davros Tilling. I think it's what? Autumn's Touch. Blossoming Decay. Cadaverous Tilling. Strength of 4 Seasons. STSI. Rootbound Carapace. Summer's Fall. I did, James. I did make it to a pre-release. I went to my pre-release earlier today. Pretty good, I'd say. I went 2-1 on Tough Nut. My only loss was when I was playing a different hero entirely. I went to play KO initially, and I thought I had a good like reviled pool, but frankly, I just was not like familiar with what the class was supposed to be doing. Not the class, but what the talent was supposed to be doing. And unfortunately, everything in that deck blocks for 2. And when your opponents continue to send like 10, 15 damage all the time, you can't really be blocking 2. So I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. But I looked at my build and I was like, all right, I think this might be enough to where I can send like Nut, right? And lo and behold, I was able to do that. I won my next 2 games. They were both Tough Nut mirrors, and it was pretty insane. And notably, the one card that saved me in both Tough Nut mirrors was my spoiler card of Visit the Boneyard, because it allowed me to get another card back into my deck where my opponent was not able to. And so, won me the game. Pretty cool. I'd say very poetic of all things to be, but it is not an easy limited format, I should say, but it's also not like, I don't know. I'm not going to say it wasn't a fun limited format, but I do feel like it was just kind of like, if you had it, you had it. If you didn't, you didn't, right? Like, it was very much so like you knew when you had a strong output, right? 2-1 Pleiades, 11 Suspensors. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pleiades will take full advantage of that. STR, Strong Yield. I think that's all the Earth cards in here. Roots of Forest. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Do you pull anything good? Do any good pulls? What the hell is wrong? I have some cards that are not in this actual pool. Touch, harvest, blossom, harvest. Oh, time for me to lock it the hell in with all these cards being different stuff. Fertile, fruits, earth. Let's see. See, that's what the card is. So many earth cards. It's crazy. Bought a spare kit and got EA Flick Knives and Marvel Olympia like that. I mean, hey, the EA Flick Knives is pretty good. That's nice. Yeah, in my pre-release kit, I got a Reckless Stampede, which is pretty good. It's one of the new swing bigs, effectively in the set. And then I also got I'll say it, Smash with Big Rock. That is a super rare. But I did also get a snag. I got a Parched Terrain in my like expansion slot stuff. But I did buy a box, and I was like, oh, okay, like, what are the odds that I get something good out of the box, right? You know, I think a lot of people were showing off their pulls, and I was like, well, it seems like the pull rate's pretty insane for the set. And I opened up a box, and the best hit I got out of the box was a Cold Foil Warmonger's Diplomacy. So, pretty happy with that. Getting the reprint in Cold Foil, probably a super highly sought after reprint, you know, foiling is pretty good. And notably, it's great that I only got the one, right? Because I only wanted the one for my draw my deck for LL. So it was like perfect. I was like, oh, sweet. Okay, I can just go ahead and upgrade this immediately. So that was a fun thing to get, yeah. What else did I get out of there, though? I got some other stuff. I got a Hit the Gas, and I sold it immediately to our local Max enthusiast, who took it off my hands there. What else? What else did I get? Not too much else, I don't think. Not that I recall. That was pretty much the best thing, was the Cold Foil Warmongers. So, pretty good time. Can't really complain. Cannot really complain at all. Okay. But I gotta say, the opening of the set, like being like opening up the box and stuff, felt pretty good. It was a good opening product for a set I wasn't really like, you know, initially super invested in, or wanting to purchase any of. I do think it is a nice set. I feel like the opening experience of the set, from just like a buy a single pack every now and again standpoint, is really good. Because obviously you have a ton of new cards in the expansion slot. You have... What the hell happened here? There you are. You also have the super rares, which are really powerful too. Super rare slot actually like not terrible, which is crazy because like you would imagine, right? Like normally when you think like super rares, you know, some of the super rares from previous sets, they're like staples, but they're not like insanely powerful. These kind of feel like, these super rares feel almost like gems, but like they just wanted to make sure their pull rates were better, so they put them as a super rare instead of a majestic. So I don't know if that was the intent, but it was pretty cool. And it definitely feels good to open. I think the other thing I'm also happy to see is I'm happy that there was enough product to go around. Notably, that was the thing I was obviously worried about, was that there was going to be an issue with allocation, and there was not. There was not any issue to allocation whatsoever. So that I'm aware of, right? Pull rates seem really good on stuff. You know, I know Hamal posted his findings for after opening 500 boxes of the set, that they were able to get like 7 of those like really expensive Pleiades cards, the Maori full art marvels. So those seem to be fairly common, or at least more common than you would normally expect them to be. Other hits seem to be common just as well. Oops. I'm telling you, having to talk and then also do your ABCs at the same time turns out not as easy as one would think. It ends up being a lot more of me just dabbling into this microphone while I hope that my sight doesn't fail me. But yeah, that feels good. I had fun at pre-release. I'm going to another pre-release on Monday, I want to say, just because it's our locals. You know, normally the one I go to today, I used to go there pretty frequently, but they do their armory on Wednesday, and I don't normally get to go because it's after work, and so I just went ahead and said, okay, cool. I'll stop on by this time because it's on a Saturday, and we just had some stuff there, so it was a fun time just being able to jam some games. I do notably think, though, and this might just be like my own thing here, but the same LGS, for their armories, they give out store credit. They'll give out store credit for when sets or for when armories are occurring, right? So top 4 get store credit based on the amount of entries and, you know, whatever the cost is. I think like first place gets like 50% of what the entries were of that entry prize pool, and then it's split the other ways through second, third, and fourth. For the pre-releases, you pretty much just bought 8 packs, and you got like a side like pack of like cold foil equipment, and there was no additional prizing outside of pack per win. So theoretically, you could, if you 3-0 the event, you could get 3 additional packs for free, which is cool. But I do notably think that it is probably better on your wallet, unfortunately, at least in this specific scenario. If there is no prizing being given out by your LGS, that you just buy a box. Buy a box and just like hang out. Because notably, buying a box, your odds of you getting good EV out of the box are good. But also, you know, if there's no real like reason to do good in the draft or in the sealed event, then I don't know why playing sealed would be like the thing. Outside of, you know, like a lot of people have had their complaints about the set. I do think the sealed feels fun, but there are some gripes. I think the fact that there are no weapons is very weird. Every single time I had my Tough Nut games go down to, you know, our final cards in deck, I sat there and I thought, and I went, gosh, I really hope that I dealt enough damage to my opponent, because if I didn't, and the last card I sent at them that has an attack value is for 6, and they block 6, I then have 2 cards left in my deck that don't attack and don't block. They have 1 card in their deck that doesn't attack and doesn't block. What do you do? Right? You can't close out a game like that. And so because you can't close out a game like that, it ends up being a little bit more of a, you know, a harder aspect to run for that. But yeah, it was it was an interesting choice for sure. I don't know that I'm in love with it, but it is something that is just like a part of the format here. But again, like I mentioned, you know, I might go to my pre-release on Monday just because like I'm not doing anything else on that day. But am I going to play in the pre-release? I don't know. I don't notably know that me buying 6 or 8 packs is going to do enough, right? So someone's way home. Who drew again? Oh, so they learned, right? They knew exactly. Did you go to the one at Meh? Is that the one you went to, James? Or were you weren't at North today, were you? That'd be insane. I swear there were 3 people there who I did not know who were at North, and I've never seen them before. But I don't know. Yo, what's up, John? How you doing, bud? How has your Super Slam pre-release weekend been so far? Have you gone to any yet? Oh, Gamer's Nest. Okay, so you were literally just up there. That was just happening not too long ago, right? Well, that's good. Michael Lau went all the way up to Gamer's Nest. That's crazy. Yeah, Lau was at North too. But it's it is really funny, like being able to just be like, hey, by the way, like this is who you're going against, like notably very strong players. So nice. There you go. Hell yeah. Sorting party. Let's go. Got sidetracked some Trench Crusade stuff. I forgot. Ah, fair enough. Well, have you at least secured your 3 copies of Angelic Attendant yet? Or no, you don't play New Prism, do you? You play New Prism? I don't know. Hi, Alexis. All right, no worries. Obviously, you couldn't hear that, but yeah. Yeah, no worries. We'll get you some time here. So, I'm just doing some sorting and stuff. So, I got 1 in a box. Been on Dory. Dory. Okay, so you need those Beat of the Iron Song kind of stuff, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the prices of the set are gonna look like in I don't know what the prices of the set are going to look like in like a week. It's going to be wild. I don't know that it's going to be like I don't know that it's going to be anything like extensive, but like some of the cards might be worth something. But like the fact that Felling of the Crown is worth $20 right now, kind of crazy. Top 8 finish in a 1K. Ooh, Dory's a lot of fun. I mean, notably also, if you're like in a gravy meta, crazy work, like huge amount of value. Hello, Alexis. Good to see ya. How are you doing? I saw you were crashing out on Bluesky. What's going on? What's occurring? For Roots of the Forest. Kind of brute heavy. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, notably, that's also not too terrible because brute heavy just means that you get to block still. So, pretty awesome. A roller coaster. Yeah. I cannot believe that just last week you were in this chat and you were like, I'm playing all 4 of the Super Slam heroes. I've never been more back. And this week it's, I hate everything about all things forever. And frankly, I don't know if I like Fab anymore. Inconsistent, and then I tried you here because you built her like consistent. Ah, I see. You found full fatigue Goliath? What the hell does that even look like? Full fatigue Goliath? Ah, see, okay. So you, I mean, yeah, 9 thumb. That sounds about right. That actually sounds nuts. The fact, yeah, because like effectively you just give it dominate. You make them still very small attacks. And then you just like strip off their armor because they're going to want to block with their armor early enough. Oh. Large spell discarding Beast Within, Wild Ride discarding Sea Legs, and Savage Beat down turn for 14. Holy golly, that's about crazy as hell. See, notably, a lot of people are moving to playing KO in this new format, but I think that Reinhardt's really cool too, so. Yeah. I'm telling you, Reinhardt's pretty fucking goated. That's cool though that you found like full fatigue Goliath. I mean, effectively that is the case, right? Is you know, if you're able to send smaller attacks that you can pay for, they're smaller only because of Goliath's ability, but because they have dominate and a disruptive on hit, it is a lot more like, okay, cool, I'm going to send this small amount of damage at you, hit you with it. And notably, you're probably also still probably playing things like, well, no, I guess you're not. If you're not, excuse me, Jesus. If you're not doing, cut a long story short or whatever the hell, whatever that card is. Because that you need to like pump above 13. In this situation, it just sounds like you're effectively coming to play smaller attacks with harder to block potential, and then hitting your opponent, milling cards, doing all that other jazz. So you're probably playing like big bully then, right? I'd imagine some big bully shenanigans. But how does the deck block? Notably, is a common crush discard card. Not a discarded card, I don't think. Oh no, yeah, that's the Shrift one. That Shrift. Shorten Shrift or something. And then there's you can also play Grind Them Down, which is a crush card that mills a card off the top of the deck on crush. Do anything for me. Weird, okay. Internet just fucking died for like 2 seconds. Anyway, we're back. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think... I don't know. It's a very interesting deck to play, but being able to utilize things like Oasis gives you more cards to set up with things. Yeah, Fiddler's Green, Sigil. Fiddler's Green was something that I've seen. That might be what I was like running into when I was playing on Talishar. I was playing Prism, and I just like stomped fucking everybody on that shit. I was just sending the damage, and I just went, all right, cool. Like, here we go. You're gonna get hit with it. So 2 card block 7. Yeah. Because withstand is you put or your like things block for +6, or your like offhand blocks for +6 or something, right? Yeah. Iron Rod for best in slot blocking is crazy work too. I remember, I think Eliath was running like Gauntlets of Iron Will or something, and they blocked one of my attacks with Gauntlets of Iron Will, and I'm just like, buddy, you're not gonna like what that does. And then it just killed their arms, and I'm just like, yep, that's just what it is. 2 cost +6. Okay, yeah, it is the offhand one, right? Okay. And notably, I mean, you could now do you could do that shit with like Seasoned Savior. Although I don't know that that's like the accurate thing to do, right? Do you run Seasoned Savior? Probably not. Use that with Null Rune? Oh, what? I think Null Rune has like a Pearl for defense value. Am I correct? So I don't know that you can give it +1. I think it has to have like a defense value of 0 to block for 1, right? Ah, with Rampart. Ah, okay. Yeah, because Rampart, right, you can give it +1. That makes more sense. It is 0 block. See, I genuinely could not tell you what the defense value was of Null Rune, because it's not anything I've ever concerned myself with. That shit says AB1. That's all I needed to do. Roots, drawing this, sigil, harvest, cadaverous. Stuff there. Let's see. Almost done with this earth stuff. We're not done with fucking Rosetta by a long shot, but we are notably getting some leeway going, at least enough for me to make some decks. I think will be good. I'd rather get these decks out to people than not, and have them sit in my house forever. Secret mech tag? No, I have not. That is kind of funny, but I think notably I'd probably just run like, I don't know. I guess nowadays you can just run like Guardwell equipment. I've always had battle worn equipment in all of the classes that I've had to like block for T-Bone. So, oops, that doesn't go there. Okay. Also, I'm excited to build Florian. Now that I'm one Felling of the Crown away from being able to build Florian. Pretty excited to give him a shot finally, and join the Earth Hero Brigade. Just because it's been the biggest hurdle for me, is like committing to buying things for Florian, because it's pretty much just Felling of the Crowns back when they were like $60 a piece. So only pump is 2 costs, feels great. 2 for 20 each, or a trade. I mean, I'd be down to get one off your hands there, James. I only need one. Notably though, I don't know when the hell we'd be in the same area. So we can, if need be, we can get it shipped if you're fine with that. Are you located up north, or are you like more like Denver area? I don't get how this is good matcha. I think I'm just coping. There's no way. Send one stamp. Okay, cool. I can do that. I will hit you up on Discord after probably tomorrow, honestly. I'm probably gonna go to bed after the stream. So I'll hit you up on Discord tomorrow. We'll see where things are. Part of me genuinely, not to say that I'm not willing to buy it for $20, because I did buy one today for $20, but I do have a feeling that they will go down even further. And so with that being the case, I am curious on how low it will go, but it just depends on how that is. Play Cilio, choose a side events though. I mean, you really like a Cilio. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't play a Cilio. No? Cilio is just, that's fun for you. Sure. Sounds good. I'll reach out. I shall reach out. The hell am I doing? But yeah, Pleiades, I didn't even know Yuto was doing stuff for Pleiades, so that's kind of interesting. I'm curious if we're gonna see some changes there. But I think, again, Pleiades and Lyeth both are pretty much like, again, we're in a situation where, again, like, nothing is going to be solved. I mean, people are going to probably ignore the hell out of New KO. They're going to ignore the hell out of Tough Nut. And then it's just going to be like Pleiades and Lyeth. And then it's going to be like, oh, wait a minute. Why didn't we look at these other heroes? And like somebody out there with a brain bigger than me is going to be like, ooh. Hate Cilio aggro racing. It's like when I'm not racing. You like it when you're not racing. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's fair, obviously. Like when you're not playing aggro and you're playing combo, it feels better, right? But when you're playing aggro, because you have to get your stuff faster, you know, you have to beat your opponent down faster than they can you, then it can feel a little oppressive because you don't block very well. And the other hero probably does. Yeah, but I got by. The block 6 is so good. Yeah, I mean, blocking 6 is good, notably. I just think, like, my genuine worry is how is Tough Nut going to answer the question of, I'm sending 15 at you over 5 different chain links. Like at some point you just can't, like, you can't block that, right? And if the answer is, cool, I have a 8 power card in my arsenal, let me flip the top card of my deck, it's a yellow, send it with Tough Nut, right? I just don't feel like that's going to be enough. And it's one thing to lose to go wide aggro. It's another thing to have legitimately zero answer to go wide aggro. And so I think it's just going to be tough trying to, like, determine exactly what the what the overall move is for that hero. But I do think it's notably pretty fun. At least it's fun in a vacuum, right? It might be really good in, like, Blitz. Blitz Tough Nut might actually not be, like, super terrible. But I do think that I just think, like, CC Tough Nut, you can fatigue, sure, but you're probably not, like, gonna live and fatigue your opponent. I guess unless you're, you know, notably, I mean, you have Fiddler's Green, that's a block. So, like, the odds are you have to play things that are not, like, they don't need to be 6s, right? You need, like, blocks and also 6s. And so it's like, cool, if you get a toughness token, that means you get to block with a attack with an action to block 4 there also. But again, like, once you block with 3 cards from your hand, what the fuck does the rest, like, they literally get to go, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep the chain link going. Or you can't do anything about that. You can't block it. Right? You get to block it with your face. You don't get to block it with your cards. So I don't know that fatigue is going to be the answer, especially since there's not, like, there's not a way to draw cards on offense, or on defense, I should say, really, in Brute. Obviously, you have things like Reckless Swing and all those things, but Reckless Swing costs you 2 cards to use anyway. So, I don't know that's the answer either. It's very awkward. Very, very awkward. But Fatigue Goliath sounds about right. I mean, 5-card hands, you effectively just get to go cool, utilize all my resources, block like this, heal a whole bunch, send, you know, 6 dominate, or send 5. I guess it would be what? I don't know. 5, yeah, like 5 dominate or something, probably. And then it's like 5 dominate, you run like pummels, you get the all that other stuff up there. But I also think like Bully Tactics is just like a crazy fucking card. That card's just so good. That card is good. Guardian being able to intimidate just in general is really good. So yeah. But I'm excited to see what happens. Obviously, I'm not sure if any of y'all saw my Bluesky tweet, my Bluesky post, effectively. But my predictions for this upcoming PQ season are KO is going to run rampant with as most players will enjoy KO. Kano is going to be the one to kill KO. Because KO is probably not going to run things like No Fear. Kano is going to LL, and then afterwards, KO is going to LL, and then Mandible Claw will be gone from the entirety of Classic Constructed. Kano will be gone from Classic Constructed, notably. And then, like, I guess we're just kind of right back to where we were with like Guardian Winter. Or Guardian Fall. And then I can just play Prism again. Because let me tell you, if we get rid of KO, genuinely, if we get rid of KO and it's just like Lyeth and Pleiades all over the place, dude, Prism fucking rocks into that shit. Rocks into it. It's so good. It's so good. So I don't foresee that going to be that big of a case, though. But I would like to think that that happens. Hopefully. Hopefully at some point. All right. Blossoming Decay is done. So to put it in perspective of what I'm organizing here is I have like, I don't know, maybe like 8,000 like cards that are from Rosetta in bulk, and oh god, make sure to stretch. And so I'm just like out here sorting away. Baldan or Old One cards, hope for a Guardian meta. Oh, absolutely. I think that is the funniest thing, that like if a Guardian meta is truly the thing, Baldan just gets to go cool. These disenchant cards mean something now. But I'm just happy knowing that if we're in a Guardian meta, I have a chance with Prism. If we're in a Brute meta, I do not have a chance in hell with Prism. So, unfortunately, right now we are in Brute hell right now. And Brute hell is going to be rough for a lot of my game plan. So, definitely don't think I can bring Prism to locals. Unless I just dodge, right? If I just dodge all the other, you know, brutes at the function, which I know is going to be hard to do. But notably, what I'm really doing is I'm trying to build for Tough Nut or for KO. Or for Tough Nut or what do you fucking call him? Rhinar. Because Rhinar is getting an armory deck in November. And if Rhinar's armory deck is any kind of consideration as to why playing Rhinar is an important thing to do, like, Intimidate isn't that crazy of an ability, but it is if your opponents are Guardians. You know, if your opponents are Guardians, or if they're Florian, or, I mean, like, if you just, like, rip the cards from their hand, you take a big win there. So, I don't know. I think we have to wait and see. Notably, I'd like to build Rhinar, I think, before I'd like to build KO, but I think it's just because Rhinar is probably going to beat KO. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay. Tim is spooky. It is. I mean, I think it's just like it's always just been so hilarious. I remember when I got my buddy into Flesh and Blood for a little bit back in Illinois. One of his first experiences was he came to play at an armory, and he sat down and he was playing Fi, and he was like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, I'll go, you know, he was like brand new to the game. And notably, it's funny because, like, when you think about Fi, you think, oh, well, intimidating isn't that terrible, right? But he was very, like, you know, towards the end of the game, the Rhinar player was like doing a lot of intimidate, like they were saving a lot of their intimidate towards the end of the game. And so being able to just be like, oh yeah, cool, intimidate, and it's like, oh, I can't block it anymore, like this sucks. He was just complaining. He's just like, seriously, what the hell is that? Like, Rhinar is insane. Like, that's really powerful. And I'm like, yup, it sure is. And that's when Rhinar was the only brute in CC. No, that's a lie. Leviah was out. What the fuck am I talking about? Fuck am I talking about? I almost forgot about Leviah. How could I ever have forgotten about Leviah? I had like a stroke for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Pretty sure there's another brute out on the board somewhere. There's this. Yeah. She's not real. She's not real. She can't hurt you. I still have to watch Mansan's video to see whether or not he's got actual, like, words for Leviah. He's just like, yeah, she doesn't suck yet. Like, what did she get? She didn't get, like, anything out of here besides, like, Buckwild, maybe? But, like, not even that. Like, Buckwild doesn't do shit. Grounds. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, I think Rosetta and the Hunted are probably going to be like my two most in-depth sorts, just because it is going to be like a lot. I mean, I'm almost, I feel like I'm past the halfway mark with Rosetta for sure, which makes me feel very good, but I don't know. I know I have more I need to go through, but Rosetta's going to get a lot of new, I think a lot of these are going to be new player decks for me to just give out at locals. And then, yeah, it's gonna go from there. So we'll see. Or I'll just do like play sets of stuff. That might not be too bad. Day one Levi since we started picked me a cool for show string. Ooh, nice. There you go. I mean, Levia notably, it's not that she's a bad hero. I mean, I think it's really funny because like there's truly something amazing about playing a hero that does not do well in the meta currently, and then just growing with that hero as you grow with Flesh and Blood. It's like magical, right? Truly, it is something that like I think is amazing, and that's why like I feel very lost. You know, whenever I was like initially looking for classes to play after Dromai LL, because I had just been playing Dromai since like 2023, 22, and so I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I want to be able to play the deck I like, but I can't. But notably, you know, Levia, pretty low on the leaderboard as far as things are concerned, and also we'll probably be getting new stuff in the next set. So she was negative 100. Yeah, absolutely, right? Like Dynasty era, my hair is a mess, y'all. What the fuck? Y'all just let me look like this? Hold on. That's better now. Yeah, like Dynasty when she came out and when I started, notably, was, I mean, she was okay. She was definitely really good into most of the heroes, but like Ninja was really prevalent then, and you know, like Outsiders happened and Outsiders made Ninja even better. You know, Phi was still a problem. And then, you know, next thing you know, it was just like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna keep playing her, and then one day it was like, oh, she happened to win a Pro Tour. 200 points. Bring her on up. That was it. Like, it was just like the stab in the chest I didn't expect so quickly. And so she left the format and I went, okay, well, I don't know what I want to build. And I felt lost going into any other class because I was like, okay, I could try Ranger, right? I built all the stuff for Ranger. I could try Lexi. Didn't end up liking Lexi very much. You know, I ended up playing Azalea for a little bit. Didn't like Azalea. This was during Outsiders, right? This was like, this was like, I had all the stuff for them already after Dromai LL'd. So, you know, I had all these other things, and I was like, okay, this might be fine. And then, what was it? Like Warrior seemed really cool because Warrior was like the thing that was like beating Dromai effectively. And so I was like, ooh, Warrior might be fun. And then I thought about Assassin, and I was like, well, I really do enjoy like how Huntsman plays. Maybe I'll get into Assassin, but Huntsman was obviously not very good. And I was like, oh, I'll just play Azuri instead. And so I got into Assassin, and I've like enjoyed Assassin for a little bit. I hopped away from Azuri pretty quickly though, once I started, because it was like I got the stuff for Azuri, and then New came out, and New was just better. So I was like, cool, I'll just play her instead. Bounced around with that for a little bit, but I also didn't notably go play the New Illusionist. I didn't go play Prism either. I just kind of like existed within this space, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't play another Illusionist. I shouldn't play another Illusionist. I need to play another class. Shouldn't play another Illusionist. And lo and behold, I should have played another Illusionist, because unfortunately, by the time I got around to like actually seeing good Enigma gameplay, she was leaving the format, and I went, damn, I should have been playing her from the start. If I just understood her a little bit more and gave her a little bit more room, I may have actually enjoyed how she played. And then I went, okay, cool, well, like, what about Prism? I still didn't know that I wanted to commit to Prism. So I bought most of the stuff for Prism already. I had most of it already, but I bought the third copy of things because I was playing Prism and Blitz. And lo and behold, I do like Prism. The more you learn about the Illusionist class, the more you're just like, I kind of want to just keep playing this. Yeah, I should just do Illusionist game. I know. I'm so mad. And frankly, that's like pretty much where I'm at. Outside of like this upcoming meta, which is just like so bad for Illusionist, I'm probably gonna stick with Illusionist as my like main class, and then have some off classes of like heroes I like Rhinar, Florian, and I'm probably gonna be building Huntsman. I'm probably gonna be building like Fatigue, Mill, Huntsman, because I do really think that I think the deck is pretty cool. Notably being able to like just like send stupid amounts of damage and then on hit mill your opponent and also get your armor back and all that other shit. Crazy. Debating Florian today. I just want to play Ruby. Florian is literally what you want, though, Alexis. Florian is legitimately the hero you want to play. It is heal yourself when you're below your opponent. Get yourself below your opponent's life so you can heal yourself. Stop your opponent from healing with your weapon entirely. Build up damage and send good value every turn with one card, right? Even if it's just a rune chant and swing blade for damage, eventually your opponent's going to run out of cards. You're going to have a bunch of cards and you get to go, okay, cool. My turn is germinate for fucking 14 rune chants, swing blade, pass. So boring. Like, Earth isn't that boring. I mean, notably, the important thing about Earth is that, at least from my understanding of the talent in this specific scenario, is that a lot of what you want to do with Florian is it's your macro game plan, right? The choices that you make across the entire course of that matter, right? The lack of disruption. Did you read Felon and Plowunder and what the fuck? You can run like Evergreen. You can run Evergreen's not disruption, but also notably, it's not so much that it's disruption, right? I mean, you're disrupting their turns, but really what you're doing is you're trying to outvalue them. You also have, let me remind you, I think like 6 cards you can run in the deck that put cards from your graveyard back into your deck. Because if you want to run like Blue So tomorrow and Everbloom Life, you get to put cards back in your deck. You can run Remembrance if you really want. You can decompose defensively instead of offensively with Rootbound Carapace. And then it's just like, cool. Get yourself online, pitch a blue, keep sending that shit at your opponent until eventually they have to block more. And you go, oh, okay. Guess we'll do that. Yeah, and then also, notably, if you really wanted to, I mean, like, you could play the disruptive cards in Florian in the Runeblade class. You could play, although I don't recommend it, what's the fucking card? I mean, you're probably playing Swarming Gloomveil. I guess you probably wouldn't want to play, like, Succumb to Temptation, but you can play things to, like, destroy your opponent's auras. There's a lot of aura destruction in there. You're also playing things like CNC, that's disruption. Weakest Link, also disruption. What the fuck else? I don't know. There's other things. There's you play good generic disruption and also good defensive earth cards. But you do have notably the opportunity to do pretty well. Actually, like 30k to finish, yeah. I mean, it's a lot, but notably what you can start doing is just get the, like, what are you missing from the deck that's going to cost you so much? Because I don't even know what's expensive in there. Hold on, let me pull up my Florian list. Let me pull up a Florian list, I guess I should say, not my Florian list. And I know notably I know that's 30k yen, right? not $30,000. The Runeblade equipment. Let's see. Well, it's what? Face Purg. Yeah, Face Purg. You have Dyadic Carapace, Grasp, and those are probably expensive. Grasp probably being the most. Yeah, no. No. Yeah. You have a Grasp already. Hold on. I know you got Shelters. You've got CNCs. You don't have Fellings. Yeah, Face Purg is probably the next biggest one, but notably Face Purg is, I mean, I'm not going to say that this is like expensive. It is not expensive, but currently Face Purg, at least is here, it's showing that it's about $38 for Face Purg for Rainbow Foil. It seems like most of the Dyadic Carapace has even gone down. I bought my Dyadic Carapace for like $70 friggin'. You're missing Gloom Veils, Purg, Dyadic, Germinate, and Tree. Okay. Which, I mean, notably, Germinate's gone up a little bit. Germinate was sent like a month ago. So, Face Purg's about $38. Gloom Veils are going to be a little bit, I think. Yeah, they're about $13 a piece, 13 US dollars. Dyadic Carapace is about $44. Do you have Haunting Renditions? Notably, Haunting Rendition is what's going to make Florian really good into Pleiades. Because Haunting Rendition is a block card, and Confidence tokens care about non-blocks. But with a block card, you can block out a little bit more. Yeah, I think the only thing I'm missing, notably, I guess I lied. I do have a Everbloom Life, but I would need 2 more Everbloom Life. That and a Felling of the Crown would allow me to finally play Florian. Well, Sussy's already at what, 600 LL points, 720 LL points? Yeah, I mean, notably he's at 720 LL points, but like he's also at times. Well, actually, when did Rosetta come out? $8. My God, really? That's huge. Yeah, no, they're like $23 here. But I think like every, you know, obviously the Verdant's players and everything. Came out a year ago last week. Oh shit. So he's got 1.0 LL points then. So maybe Florian is not the best. I mean, notably though, getting those cards is good if you want to end up playing anything else, but it's interesting. Yeah, 720 LL points for Florian. Let's see. KO will die. KO will die. Florian might not die. But also notably, Florian, like, I think if you're just looking for like a good deck to play in the meta currently, even at $720, not terrible, but nice. What is that? Launch my glass? Yes. Oh. Weird. Oh. That's better. Okay. Yeah, that's fair though. I mean, you could play. You could play. No, Victor's pretty like aggressive. I do also think notably you could play like Hyper Fatigue, Axe, Olympia, or Dorinthia. You could do that. Just have Decimator, Great Axe, and do that. Coronet Peak Jarl is the next best thing you're interested in. Yeah, I mean, Coronet Peak notably is pretty fucking good. Although, I mean, what? You have access to, if you wanted to play like Earth now, you could play, what's that new card? Card that I think is kind of cool. The Channel the Tranquil Domain or whatever. This thing. So 3, go again when the center of the arena at the start of the action phase. This thing, right? Start of your action phase, you put another target aura on the bottom of its owner's deck. So not bad. Yeah. I mean, it stops your opponents from having like, you know, confidence tokens on their turn. It stops them from having Fang be a big thing. It stops what else? It stops Prism. That's a lot. Notably, it stops. Else does it stop? Not really Verdant's. Verdant's kind of a rough matchup in that scenario. And like you obviously kill the shit out of Vincent, so I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, my Earth stuff is notably all set up here, so I'm going to chill. My Fang, I mean, I was like, Fang's doing that? What? Righteous Cleansing and Fiddler's Green and Coronet Peak. Yeah. I mean, put everything that could heal and also buff up your defense. I mean, shoot, you could do freaking Stonewall Confidence. You play Stonewall Confidence and just have all your shit blocked for 4, or blocked for 5. Just to like full block out everything on your opponent. Yeah, Fertile Ground. This thing. Yeah, if you're on 4 more Earth cards in your grave, you gain 5. Then this. So much Rosetta you get this. Man. All my wonderful root-bound characters. Definitely. Got more room. More room! Yay! Okay. Here. All right. hell? I didn't do anything to these Summers Falls. Hell distracted me so much I didn't friggin'. I still have Summers Falls that I didn't do this thing for. What the hell? I was like, surely I'm done. All right. Now we're done with it. You're in here with me now. You're in here with me now, little lady. You're in here with me. Oh. You're in here with me, and there's nothing you can do about it. Get out of the camera. Say hi. Say hi. You wanted in so bad. Now you're here. With your dad. So curious. Most curious cat I've ever met in my life. Okay. 11:46. I think I can get through lightning. I don't know, it took us an hour and 40 minutes to get through Earth. You can get through lightning. Now, want to leave? Hey, go. Okay. Staying in here then. Oh, get up. All right. What do we do with all of the lightning over here? Lightning cards, lightning bolts. Notably, there's a lot of moving of everything over to my computers. now that lightning is set up, we can work on lightning now. All right. Let's see. Let's get this all started. I think we'll get through lightning, and then maybe we'll call it there. L comes before R. FLA, FLI. Blast. Here, probably. Discharge. Electromagnetic somersault. There's going to be. Oh, but. Heaven's Claw. And Surge. Second Strike. Trip. Lightning. What's the other lightning one? Sigil Connectivity. Discharges here. All right. Rise. Blasts. Huh. A more Blast to Oblivion than I thought I was going to have. Flash, Fry. Second Strike, Somersault. Ring Charge. All right. Making some headway. Remember when Bravo could use electromagnetic somersault? I sure wish I didn't. What a time that was, huh? I remember I came across it on during literally like an LL skirmish or something. I was like, oh, cool. What's this all about? Insane work. I was like, what do you mean you get to bring E-Strike back to your hand? Okay. Static Flash. Heaven's Claw. Right. Oh, almost. Almost. We almost got lucky. Discard fully. It's so hot in this room when the door is closed. It's insane. I don't understand. The AC just does not flow into this room. Just does not go into this room. So I don't know why the fan isn't on either. Just realizing that now, it's probably why it's getting so hot in here, because the fan is on. Conductivity. Cool. All right. I might do a live stream for this bulk that I get from this person. Again, they have like fucking, apparently they have like $10,000 worth of, not $10,000, I'm sorry, what the fuck, 10,000 like cards that they're looking to offload. And I guess they also have some like M's and stuff, some previous M's. So that's kind of cool. I'll see what comes in through there. Maybe we'll do a live stream where we go over the bulk that we get. Yeah, 10K bulk, God, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot, but I mean, again, my whole thing is like, what I want to do right now is get some decks out to people, but really what I think I want to do is I want to get one of each card, or at least like, I don't know, maybe like 10 yeah, casual, exactly right. Yeah, probably a lot. If I'm spending 10K on bulk, you might as well just, you know, you might as well know that I also purchased a card sorter, because if I can afford 10K worth of bulk, I can afford a goddamn card sorter, which would make that significantly easier to do. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'd like to get like play sets of stuff together, just kind of like class play sets. I think that's my big thing. $20. Card sorter? Card sorters are not $20. What? Yeah, an automated one. I don't even get paid. I don't even get paid $20. I don't get paid for doing any of this. I'm doing this on my own. Oh, you mean like buying a, I see, you mean buying a, having somebody to come over, give them $20 to help. Oh, this thing. I have one. I'm using it. That's what's down here. That tray. Yeah, I'm talking like an automated card sorter, like a machine in which I can put in cards, and it will spit them out sorted without me needing to put in any effort or time outside of programming the damn thing. Just give me a sort for free. I do also tend to sort for free, depending, but the perk of being the one to take in all the bulk is that, you know, normally I'm not sorting for others. They give me their stuff, and I just go, okay, cool, I'm keeping this, and they go, cool, enjoy it. And I go, awesome, and then I keep it. Boop. Clearing charge, trip. This. I looked over, I was like, wait a minute, I still have another stack, right? I have to. Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm doing it for a business, I expect to be paid. If I'm doing it for like a buddy and they have like 1,000 cards or something, fucking easy peasy, right? But like when I had everybody over to my house to do sorting that one day, you know, I just got pizza for everybody. We all just made a fun day out of it. So do. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Food and beer sort of. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're gonna pay me, or if you're gonna feed me, I guess that's fine, right? But like 8 hours, if you get me there for 8 hours, I'll help. But I don't know that I could spend 8 hours and just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just sorting shit. They can pay me in store credit for all I care. Why is this in here? Why are these in here? Pretty sure there's some lightning cards in here that I was supposed to put in here. Five in store credit, an hour to sort bulk. I'll do that. That's fine. Millie, are you attempting to leave? Watching the cat. Shit going on the weekend. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're not really doing anything at all and it's like, cool, I'd go to the place like that I like to escape, that's fine, right? You know, as long as they're I just like, I don't know, I definitely am not, I'm not one to work for a business for free. I will work for myself for free. I'll work for, you know, I'll hang out with some friends at their house and do some stuff for free. But for me to go to a business and be like, hey, you pay your employees this amount, you want me to do employee work, pay me for that amount under the table, right? We can even do it in store credit. Pay it under the table and we'll be good to go. Like, if you pay me what you pay your employees in store credit, I'll sort your shit all day. That's fine. So much more. We still have so much more to go through. Strike. Rise, strike. All right, final stack of lightning. Then we are good to go. It is getting late. A lot of people are logging off for the day today. Time some of the locals would hand me their whole collection. Yeah, extras. I mean, that's not, I guess that's not terrible, depending on what it is. I mean, I certainly, that's the thing. It's like, I also don't want to be like paid in bulk, right? That's something that was really funny to me, is that like, I know of a couple people who like purchase bulk lots for Flesh and Blood. Like, they'll purchase like, you know, 2,000 card lots of bulk, and I'm like, y'all are buying bulk? Like, my whole community gives me tens of thousands of cards for $3.99 because they don't want to sort it and they don't want it to be in their house, and they know that I get those things scheduled, or like I get everything all figured out. I get them into sets. I sell them as sets. Like, it's pretty good. So it blows my mind when people are like, oh yeah, no, like I just bought like 5,000 cards. And I'm like, what? You bought that? Why did you buy it? Like, there's no reason for you to buy it. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing, right? That's what I'm doing, is the cards I get is that. But I understand why somebody would buy it if that's like their business, right? But I don't think business is booming for selling Commoner and Project Blue decks. Now the sets, on the other hand, very well could be worthwhile there. So, Millie, are you trying to leave? You're at the door like you're trying to leave. Hold on. It is bedtime. It's bedtime, y'all. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be live for much longer. I'm just finishing up some Rosetta sort. God, that fan is it's so much better. Now the fan is on. That's what I was missing, was the fan. Oh, I could do this for like 2 more hours, man. Stream's good. Stream's good. We're just vibing. Had quite a few people in now, but I mean it's after midnight. I think a lot of people have gone to bed. I'm finishing up doing some sorting for Rosetta, and so I just was like, well, instead of me just doing this by myself with like, music that I would normally listen to and not lo-fi, I was like, well, I'll just go live. So what I did. Way too many of these minutes. Got a whole army to paint. All right, well, take care. Have a good night. I will catch y'all later. All right, let me see here. We are almost done with lightning sorting. And we just have to get them into their color, and then we're in a good spot for that. Strip, sigil, glittering, this, static. What I need to really do is I need to go through all these, and I need to get my own personal play sets set aside. That's what I hope to do with a lot of this, is as I go through, I essentially just want to make like a play set of everything, and just have it set to where like my stuff that I get through for me is in one box, or well, it'll probably be in like several boxes, but a box, and then everything else is set aside for not master sets, but for play sets to sell and stuff like that too. So this rip. All right. Almost done. Almost done. Lightning is done. Let's go ahead and sort by color now. All right. Good stuff there. Somersaults, don't have a whole lot of these. So, yeah, because the reason I want to make sure that I'm also keeping stuff for myself is that, A, of course, with Project Blue coming up, right? I want, or Silver Age, I should say, I want to make sure I have, like, rares that, you know, I would use for these decks, and I have not had them in some time. There's a lot of like rares and even like commons that I give out so frequently that I just do not have any more of, and so I'm just like, well, shoot, I've run out of rares for these heroes or for these classes. How am I going to build them whenever I want to build that stuff? So I never really had like an inventory of stuff specifically. So I went, all right, well, like, just figure it out and see what happens from there. So I think, like, in a perfect world, I might like to keep like, you know, 10 copies of a card. I think that's fine. 10 copies of a card in each color would be helpful. That way, if I do want to build another one, I don't have to like break down the other and so on and so forth. And notably, 10 might not even be enough, but 10 is what we're going to go with. And if we need more, we can just take from our, you know, other play sets of stuff. Right. Melted half of them, so you gotta get real. Just some absolute Chernobyl-esque looking minis. My God. Yeah, my best friend used to be really into Warhammer, and I never got into it just because like I didn't have like not like a hobby that my dad got me, you know, like I wanted to get into, I guess, because I never knew really what it was. I got into TCGs pretty early, and so that became like the thing that my dad was like, cool, I'll spend money on TCGs. But my buddy was like telling me all the different lore and all the other stuff with it, and I'm just like, oh shit, that does sound super cool. He's like, yeah, and you have all these armies, and you have a point system, you have like this, that, and the other. I'm like, that does sound really, really cool. How much does it cost to get in? And he's like, well, there's a lot of like, you know, beginner friendly budget armies, but like if you want like one piece of an army and it's got like a certain amount of points, it's like $75. And I'm like, for this small little guy, it's gonna cost me $75? And he's like, yeah, it's it does end up adding up, especially if like it's a certain, like it's like a premium part of the army or of the faction even. And I'm like, dude, what in the shit? Like, that's crazy. Like, it's insane to think that that little thing is going to cost me $75. And I just sat there and I was like, I mean, I have cards that have that amount of money and or that cost that much, and they're also just small cardboard rectangles. So having a resin control makes a lot of that super cheap. Absolutely. I'd imagine there's probably just like a world in which you can just like make your own, right? If you just have like even like 3D printing probably seems like pretty good in that scenario, right? So I don't know. Sell the file, do they? Ah, okay. I mean, that's awesome, right? That's really cool. I like that companies do that. Because I think it's insane, especially like you have to make like such like at least so I'm kind of like slowly kept up on like the Warhammer drama, but like don't like codexes change so frequently, and like some things are specific to one faction, but that could change in like the next like couple of months, and then you have to purchase a whole new codex, and then you have to change things around there and other means. Like it seems like it's expensive. I feel like the codexes are the most expensive part because it's like the rule book you need to have, and you have to like buy a new one every single time a change happens. And so it's like, oh, how many codexes do I need for, you know, Space Marines if they're going to change all the time? And why do you need to buy it? Like, just download the PDF of one and print it out or something. You didn't need to buy the whole thing. Have it on your phone. Right, yeah. Oh, God. Okay, we gotta stretch. Oh. And to make your rotation tabletop is downright evil, yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it's that's the kind of stuff that like ekes me out, is that it's like, oh, that's kind of weird that they'd make a whole section of like, this is the army that you're going to be able to play, and then wake up one morning and go, we're changing something about the army, but you have to buy like a whole bunch of new shit now. It's like, what do you mean? Like, it's the same army, right? And it's like, well, like, no, like, these things are different, and like some stuff has changed, and then it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to buy a whole new army. Like, oh, okay. All right. But that's all I know about Warhammer. I don't know too much else. I know that it is expensive to play. I'd probably beg to think that like maybe like the resin stuff makes it a little bit easier, but I'd be down to believe that Warhammer probably costs more. Because theoretically in TCGs, right, you have like, the purpose is like you have one deck, and unless you have to change that deck dramatically, that one deck is probably like a good investment for the whole thing. I hear people in my house. There are, in fact. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a darn tootin' minute here. Like a handful of times. Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like it's something that like you can't do, you know, like you go to an armory, like if I could, I'd go to an armory every freaking week or every day of the week. I don't know that I could go do Warhammer every day of the week, you know? Like there's all this setup and you have to make sure that like you're prepared, you're painting minis, you're, you know, keeping up with codex changes, you're so on and so forth. Like I think it just like seems like it's far too much work, and I feel like it's going to be one of those things that I often deal with this issue where I will, if a task is given to me, I will think about all the things I need to do in order for that task to be completed, including like the small minute shit. And by task, I mean like an event, right? Like going to a Warhammer, you know, game, right? In which I would need to go, okay, I need to make sure my paint looks good. I need to make sure everything's up to date. Do I have everything that I need moving forward from here? Do I, you know, do I have the right dice? Do I have the right codexes? Do I have the right carrying capacities for everything? Are my points good? Are my points not good? You know, where do I need to make any secondary last changes to an army? And then it's like, I'd much rather just be like, cool, yeah, I know how to play this card game. I'm gonna go play the card game. And then I just do that. So yeah. But notably, some people have fun doing it all. Some people like that, right? Some people enjoy that. And if they enjoy it, that's good, right? Totally fine that they do. Nothing wrong with them doing that. I just think my brain would like take things far too like intensely, and I fear that like burnout would be more would occur more if I were to do that instead. But playing in like a basement or something is whatever, right? Like that's just like cool. I'm going over to hang out with friends, play. You know, I don't like playing Magic the Gathering, but like if, you know, or more, that's a lie. I don't like playing Commander, but if my friends are just like looking to get like jam some games or whatever for like a game night, sure, I'll bring my Commander deck. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do super well, probably not, but it's not about performance there, I guess, right? So lightning is done. All right, hang tight. I'm gonna be getting all those lightning cards together here. Okay. Okay. All right, last little batch here, and we're good. Cool. I think just put got this. He's good. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much everything there. Not too much else I can do tonight. I mean, it's only been live for about 2 hours. It's like theoretically we could. These are definitely streams that are more so just a chill vibes kind of deal. But I am so hopefully with that, with Rosetta here, I think I only have like what, maybe another row. Right now I have to get through the Runeblade stuff, the wizard stuff, and the generics. And once I'm through those, the set becomes very easy to just pull stuff from. I'll probably be doing some deck building, I think, or maybe I'll make some videos on like bulk deck building from the set that these heroes are from, just because with all the sets becoming like draft specific, or limited specific, I should say, without those expansion sets anymore, being able to make a deck out of the cards that come in the box is often enough very good, especially if you're playing at like a kitchen table or something of the sort. And effectively, all I want to do is make like a really good limited deck, effectively, for each hero, and then utilize that as a way to put it in a thing and a team bag, and then go ahead and get them out to local game stores. So that's probably what I'm going to go ahead and do once I'm through with the Rune Blade and the Rune Blade, the Wizard, and the generic stuff. Then I have a little bit more Rosetta to still sort after that, but notably I'll be able to fit the rest of my cards inside these boxes, so they won't be just like strewn about, which is what I want. So notably, that is the thing we're looking to do, but we'll see. Yeah, hopefully we'll do more of these. There won't be one tomorrow, I don't think. Tomorrow my plan is to do a couple videos, get them edited. I have a video coming out for the Common Language podcast. I actually just did a recent interview with the person who won the local, or the world premiere Montreal Commoner Gold Foil event. So I want to get that edited, and then also talk a bit about some other topics that will come up as I get to writing scripts for them and stuff. But otherwise, maybe we'll be brewing Tough Nut. Maybe we'll be talking about Tough Nut in CC. Maybe we'll even look into KO in CC. And then also I would like to do like Project Blue decks for Tough Nut. It's in a weird spot because like I want to make a deck for Project Blue for Tough Nut, Pleiades, Lyeth, and KO. But because it's like 10 days until October, I don't know when in October we're expected to hear more about what the stuff is for Silver Age. So I don't want to make these videos and then immediately go like, oh, So maybe what I'll go ahead and do is I'll actually make those limited decks for project, or for the stuff for heavy hitters, Jesus Christ, Super Slam, and then get those posted. So that way other people who have a lot of bulk can do the same, in gathering up these cards and then giving them out to their local communities to learn a little bit more about the game. But otherwise, I think that's it for me today. It is EP nap time. I did take a nap before going on stream today. Didn't help. Still tired. Still very tired. But we'll see. Anywho, thank you everybody for hanging out. I know these streams aren't exactly the most entertaining, but again, it is just kind of chill times with me hanging out and doing some bulk sorting. So happy to be done with Rosetta soon. Again, after Rosetta, we just have the Hunted and the High Seas, and then technically Super Slam. But I think a lot of what's going to happen is we're going to get a lot of cards on Wednesday. When we get a lot of cards on Wednesday, we are going to need to really push the envelope on decks that are, or really push the envelope on clearing out our bulk and making room for this new bulk, because I am going to be busy. I do not want to get any more 5,000 count boxes. I want to keep the ones that I have.
So I am going to need to make sure that works out. But anywho, forget what I'm saying. I'm done talking now. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate your support. I hope you enjoy your Super Slam pre-release weekend. If you are going to one, I hope your pulls are wonderful. I hope you have a great time. I hope you always see a 6 yellow pitch on the top of your deck when you're playing Tough Nut. And I hope you continue to have fun in the flesh and blood. And I'll see all of you beautiful Ashwings in our next video or live stream. See you then. Bye.